All right, we are back. Obviously, a different venue. We are back at the crib. We are back at Charlene's crib. This is episode 82. Show about nothing, podcast about nothing, radio show about nothing. To my right, special guest Ash in the building.
What it do,
Clap
man.
it up, clap it up, clap it up. Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
it, appreciate it.
Go ahead,
appreciate
introduce
it.
yourself. Welcome, man.
Hey, man, my name is Ashton. Compton, Georgia. Grew up with my boys, Ish and Daniel, you know. Type shit. Just a normal, casual guy out here, just living and trying to just live out here in this crazy world that we live in.
Hello.
1000%.
What's happening, man? What's happening? Welcome back. This is the show about nothing, as my good brother just said. Episode 82, just trucking along, man. It's been a little break. We usually do an episode every 5 to 7 days. This one was like 10 because it was my birthday.
Yes, sir.
Been
Birthday
doing been doing a lot. I'm the youngest of my friends, so I'm finally 26 now. So I finally caught up to everybody else. I turned 26 in 3 months. Charlie turned 27, so it's like I didn't do nothing. But it's great to be here. A lot has happened. Caitlin Clark and Andrew Reese still killing. The USA basketball is doing more than killing. They're doing. Nope, can't say that, demonetized. But yeah, man, it's been a lot going on. Some good music has dropped. A legendary artist dropped an album. I'm going to give my full review on that and be honest about it because I did listen to it. But Ash is in the building, and when Ash is in the building, we talk hoops. I've known Ash since 5th grade, and most of our conversations are regarding basketball or something else we can't say unless we want to be demonetized, so we got to give it 20 minutes. Yeah. When you're doing your advertisement for YouTube, they only review the first 20, so after we get out of there, So let's start with something civilized. Let's start with USA basketball.
I like that.
Don't even say his name. Don't say a gun. Don't say nothing. But USA basketball, man, they have been killing. It's very exciting to see these players come together and really play because you see them in the All-Star game, them niggas don't be doing nothing but playing pickup basketball half-ass. So seeing them really give an effort and buy into roles as superstars, it's been amazing to see. First off, the question I want to ask Ash is what we ended our show last with was, who would your starting lineup for Team USA be if you were the coach?
If I was the coach, I'm a big guard type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
I like big guards.
Okay.
So if I had the option, I have Ant at the 1, and then I'll maybe have Tatum at the 2, KD at the 3, Brown at the 4, and either 80 or Embiid at the 5.
Okay, let Braun run it tight.
Yeah,
right?
and then let Braun just go ahead, be the point guard. And you got big guys everywhere, can shoot, defend.
See, I actually agree with that lineup, except I would have Steph and for Ant. I think the way that Steph scores the basketball is, I think each lineup, so let me start there. Each lineup needs a isolation scorer. For the first lineup, that's going to be KD. For the second lineup, that's going to be Ant, which is why I'm taking Ant out the starting lineup and letting him play that 2008 D-Wade role. And Steph, Tatum, your spot-up shooters, mainly Steph. Bron, I agree with you, run the show. And then I start AD over Embiid because Embiid is a ball stopper. That's not a fault towards him. He should be. That's how his game is played. That's how they built the system around him in Philly. I don't expect him to come and change the complete style of basketball for 8 games in the Olympics. Right. So let him play how he plays, and he can do that with him and Ant being the 1-2 punch in the second unit. And then you have AD being just really like a shot blocker and cleanup guy. And then you have your 2 scorers in Steph and KD, your facilitator and driver, and Bron, and JT is your spot up 3 and D guy. Yeah. That's how I think they should do. But I understand starting Ant as well. I just think if you would have told me this when I first asked this question, I would have probably agreed with you. But the way I seen him dominate, like really like, and it's not like 30, but it's like in Olympic basketball, 12 points, 15 points in 6-7 minutes is dominating. Yeah. So the way he's coming in and electrifying that offense and just give me the rock, give me a high pick and roll, and I'm gonna make something work. That was like, oh, he should be coming off the bench and doing that for 7-8 minutes a quarter or every other quarter type shit. So Ish.
I definitely like lineup for sure. I'm gonna put Steph in there. I'm just gonna
Steve
take
Kerr's
Embiid off the team type shit.
That's okay with me.
I'm just gonna take Embiid off the team because I'll be honest.
Okay
like watching AD and Bam together, I don't want them to play in no lineups unless they're together. Like watching people trying to score on AD and Bam with no 3 seconds. it's just I feel kind of bad. Like even when one jump, the other still blocking. So yeah, with KD coming back, I just send him be sit down type shit. You know?
I ain't. You ain't lying. And the thing is, it's funny to watch the fan bases of the Lakers and the Heat be like, "This my Bam need a 4, and this my Bam need a 5, and AD need a 5," and they don't want to say who the 4 or the 5. So like,
They be like, "We told you he's a power forward." Which one?
But
did Bam go to Kentucky?
yes, he did. Bam did go to Kentucky.
Yeah.
Salute Kentucky, man.
Yeah.
All right, so Steve Kerr has been starting Drew Holiday. Don't know why. I have no idea why he would.
I told niggas what he was gonna do.
Steve Kerr.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Can you make any sense of why he would be doing that? Trying to make sense of it. Because in the lineup I'm talking about, Steph, Drew, Bron, and we'll throw KD in there because KD's supposed to be there. So Steph, Drew, Bron, KD, and Embiid. Yeah. That's the lineup. Why do you think he's going to that lineup to start?
Because he's an idiot. Like, no disrespect, well, a little disrespect, but like for a long time we talked about Steve Kerr on here, and it's so funny to see other people be like, "Why is he doing that?" It's like Devin Booker hit 4 shots in a row, and then he takes him out the game. They're like, "Why would he bench Devin Booker?" I'm like, "Oh, okay, so you haven't been actually watching for years." Like,
yeah, Nick Kerr, not Nick Kerr. Steve Kerr does make weird adjustments. He does make weird adjustments. That's one thing I can
no one has ever been better on defense than Steve Kerr versus his own players.
Like, I don't understand it. And I like the backcourt of Steph and Drew Holiday in the regular season. Yeah. But, like, this is the Olympics, bro. Anthony Edwards is on this team, bro.
You have Devin Booker's on the team, too. You have 2 elite shooting guards.
What are we doing, bro?
The last thing I told him, the Derek White shit was like, man, this shit don't matter. He playing power forward anyway. Like, and Steve Kerr is just
dribble hands off,
guarding the other team's power forward.
Like, I don't understand that. I know Eric Spoelstra's over there like, 5, 4.
Yeah, like, that's interesting.
With the 5 finals, what the fuck? Like,
so, Eric Spoelstra be looking at shit like, man, I wish we drafted Steph Curry.
But in Olympic basketball, I don't think we need to discuss like who we think is going to win this or how it's going to happen. I want to talk about more specifically watching the players buy into their roles. Right. Because watching JT get 6 shots a game, 5 shots a game, and they're all 3-pointers or 1 dribble pull-ups is like, wow, like, damn, you can really play into a role. Ain't nobody scoring on JT isolation this whole time because all his energy is going to defense. Right. And it reminds me of kind of like when you work in retail for the first time and you got that good black GM that really care about you and see the future in you. Yeah. And he come down to your department and do your job for you and show you that he can do your job. And he'd be like, I wouldn't ask you to do nothing I couldn't do. Yeah, and that's kind of the vibe you get from these superstars. It's like, nah, bro, I can be a 3-and-D. Yeah, nah, I can just block shots. Yeah. Nah, I can just be an isolation scorer. But I can do it all, and that's why I'm in the position I'm in. And that's what you get to see when these players are in these roles.
No, 1,000%, because I wanted to start hating even more. Like, AD could literally, like Gobert, I could do that shit. Like I could do that shit so easy. Oh, yeah. Like if I didn't have to score 20, like, it would be so easy to do what you do. Yes. Just run around and play defense and pass the ball to other niggas.
Yes.
Like, it's super funny to see them play them roles. But I'm glad you mentioned the All-Star game, because when you're watching Olympics, it makes me mad the All-Star game's not more competitive. Because y'all are locked in right. Y'all have no reason to be locked in right now. Y'all gonna win every game by 40. But we got the USA on the jersey, so it's a commitment. Like, it should be,
See the intensity.
Yeah.
Like, you can see the intensity. You see Bron is 40 years old, getting downhill. Like really, like, Bron has every right. Bron got every right to be standing on the perimeter, shooting spot up threes, facilitating, and guarding the worst player and just playing help defense. And Bron is in that bitch trying to kill. Like, so is everybody. Everybody in the game's trying to kill. And like you said, I think the All-Star game, the product completely changes if they play this hard in the All-Star game, even just for the second half, bro.
For minutes.
This shit is intense. But Ash, what have you seen from USA that has just sparked your excitement to watch this collective?
Well, one thing I wanted to ask real quick, what you think could be like the incentive behind them competing like they do for USA basketball compared to how it is for the All-Star?
Right.
Because the way I see it is, was this July?
Talking to the
This July, right?
Yeah.
So what the season starts what? October.
Mm-hmm.
So what? Give or take, that's like 3 months.
Yeah. 2 months after the Olympics.
2
And
months.
the championship game isn't until like the middle of August, so it'll be 2 months.
Well, okay. So I'm thinking, is it more so like getting rest, getting breaks, as far as like them not want to compete during the regular season, as far as or competing during the off season over the summer for the Olympics or FIBA ball, whatever it may be?
That is so I'm gonna answer your question, but I'm gonna say a statement first. The confusion for me in the All-Star thing is everybody says we're resting, we're not trying to get hurt, but it's like it's the middle of July and your season starts in 2 months. If you get hurt now, you're not going to be able to play at the start of your season, or you're going to be hobbled coming into the season. So, and you getting a bag for going to USA, you getting the recognition, you getting all of this. All of that can come in the All-Star game if you don't start taking the All-Star game serious. Because imagine you take the All-Star game serious and Ant come out while everybody playing hard and score 35. Yeah. Shea come out while everybody really hooping and Shea score 30. And you really, that nigga, with the All-NBA players, he nice like this. Yeah. You'll start getting brand recognition. They'll be able to, the All-Star games will get more viewers, which is more ad dollars, which is more money for y'all. But to answer your question, what they can do, the NBA themselves, I think they make All-Star break 10 days. If they make All-Star break 10 days, so when the game is over, the season doesn't start to that next Tuesday, and they can finish the game, go on a vacation, and then come back that next weekend, refresh, and then get the $1 million incentive for winning, I think that would make them play harder.
That's smart. That's smart.
I think, to answer your question directly, I think it's we better not lose. I think that's what it is. I think them niggas don't, you can't be that team.
Yeah.
You can't be that team.
You never want to be that team.
Because,
what's that team that lost?
04.
04, yeah.
They have AI on there.
It was AI, Tim Duncan, Bron, D-Wade, Carmelo. Yeah.
I didn't even remember Bron, young
Michael Redd. He was off the bench. He come off the bench. That's the last time Bron ever came off the bench.
It was him, D-Wade, and Melo, right?
Yeah, all off the bench.
It was hating, bro. It was hating, bro.
His start was in
politics, man.
For it, I'm telling you, hey, listen, we still, that's the same problem. Like, the reason we lost in the 04, being weird in politics, but the team now, they're like, no, we can't be the team to lose now. Especially the people we can't bring Steph, KD, Bron, and then, for me, being down 6 to Serbia is crazy. Being down 6 to Serbia is crazy.
It was 12 to 6 by the way.
Whole bunch of guys.
He's talking about when it was 12 to 6.
It should be 40 balls. It should be no contest. Because if these niggas were to lose, in the internet era, it would be the biggest thing of the basketball news for the summer.
I think it would be the biggest news of basketball news for the next 2 years.
Yeah, easy.
I don't think it would be anything they could do to get that stench off of them until the next World Cup.
Easy. I especially with all
our FIBA Cup, whatever it is.
The world's catching up. The world's catching the last MVPs. The world's getting fam. Listen, the Jokic's, the Giannis's, niggas aren't just being born. It's not just more of them. Those are once in a lifetime athletes.
Literally, bro. What I would say to combat that European argument, and I thought about this the other day, was all right. So let's take out the top 35 basketball players. So we're going to take out Jokic, Bron, all of the American, European basketball players. Now, in the NBA, from 40 to 250, how many of those players are European? Because that's what lets you know if they're catching up. Not the top echelon and it being 4 anomalies. We've never seen a Giannis, we've never seen a Jokic, we've never seen a Luka. So those are anomalies. You're not catching up because you have some anomalies. Yeah. That's like saying Bron is the standard of basketball. Yeah. He's not. No one can beat him. Right. So what is the European rate and how good are they and how do they have any 3-and-Ds? I don't see any. Do they have any just shot blocking bigs? It might be 1 or 2, maybe. Zubac. Is Zubac from America or not? It's just him if it is. So that would be, are you really catching up? Do you have 40% of 40 through 250? Right. Do you have 35% of 40 to 250? Not do you have 3 really out of this world once in a generation of players?
We didn't prep this question, but I think at off top, I could think of maybe 5 maybe 5 non-American, like, just to phrase it better, to phrase it like easier for like the people listening. Even if you don't want to do top 40 to 200, just role players. If you were building a team and you had your pick of role players, how many non-Americans would you pick?
Thank you.
Maybe one.
Maybe. We're talking.
I'm trying to think right now.
I'm trying to think, and it's not. And if we're counting Canada in that, then I'll throw Dylan Brooks in this. I'll throw Dylan Brooks, Andrew Wiggins in that.
Yeah.
But they were saying European, so I'm not counting Black Canadian.
They're saying like Spain.
Yes, they're saying like
France.
over there. So I wasn't really thinking about Canada. And if you think about that,
Excuse me.
and that's why I'm like, it's no logical reason to think anybody is catching up to USA when it comes to basketball. No reason.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. The average American is better than the average European.
One thing I can say though, the development program over there in these other countries, as far as like Europe, or not particularly Europe, but anywhere outside of America, the development programs out there are great.
Yeah.
They're amazing. They're amazing. These kids know how to play.
You got a
basketball.
16-year-old Luka out here cooking in the NBA, like
Yeah.
They know how to
winning
play.
MVP in a professional league at
I would
16 years
definitely,
old.
the player development is definitely more professional, if that makes sense.
Oh, for sure.
Like if you're an elite AAU player, you're definitely receiving great individual help, getting an individual coaching, but you're not learning how to win championships.
Mhm.
You just learn how to become a better like individual player. What you see with the European teams is like, especially during the Olympics, they are all taught to play winning basketball.
Yes.
They're all playing trying to win something. They're not just like, oh, it's the bag. Like, you know, they're not just a group of players together.
Yes.
So, yeah. I definitely, I don't buy the European stuff. I really don't.
Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.
I'm not sold.
I'll keep soccer for now, though.
So I did want to ask this question for research purposes because I think I probably have asked this question a couple times in the past 3 or 4 months, but it's an interesting conversation for me because in the past, since I was a kid up until like probably 2 years ago, the top 10 players in the NBA was a pretty like easy list to come up with. You might have an argument between 9 through 12, but 1 through 8 was solidified. Right now, I don't think it's nobody in the NBA that is, I don't think it's a solid, that's what I'm going to say. I don't think it's a solid 10 players you can unequivocally agree on for the top 10. So while Ash was here, we got some time in the summer. This is good content. Everybody loves these conversations. Let's really go through and build a top 10 to 15 list in the NBA and talk about why we think these are the guys. So let's do this. Let's break it down individually and start 1 through 3. How would we rank 1 through 3?
1 through 3 right now.
I'll go first. I would go Luka,
Yes.
Jokic,
Yes.
Giannis.
Okay.
In that order.
Okay.
And that's perfectly fine.
Would that be your order?
I can't complain about that order. Only reason, and people may want to throw Embiid in there, but health is a factor, man. Being there, able to show up, that's a big factor of you being a great player, like one of the greats.
And we're consistent. Everything on that list has taken dribbles in the NBA Finals.
Yes.
I do think the best 2 players in the NBA right now are Jokic and Luka, unfortunately. I think.
Well,
Yeah, after I said all this shit about Europe.
I said, yeah. After we just said all this shit about European, I think the best 2 players in basketball are European.
Unfortunately, that is the case right now.
But I want to give the edge to Luka right now because Ash, and I know you'll appreciate this because when we say this to real basketball heads, they know what we're saying. Luka's superpower right now, to me, is bigger than Jokic. And what I mean by superpower, what Ish actually I think came up with this, was how are you able to break the game open and do it in a way nobody else can? Like when we watched Steph break these third quarters open, we was like, I can't do this. When we watched Kobe take over a fourth, it was like, all right, his superpower is better than anybody else. So even if you ask, like, Melo, good as fuck. But when it comes to that fourth quarter, we know what time it is, and we know he better than you, and we see it there. So when I see Luka in these close games, in these games where you really got to go kill, he always seems to rise to the occasion. We're still wondering if Jokic can be that dominant scorer to go win you a game. We know Jokic can play a complete game. That 2023 Denver team was one of the most complete basketball teams we've gotten in the past decade. So when you're kind of at the odds, like how Luka's team was good, but it wasn't perfect, as you saw when they played Boston.
Right.
But Luka was like, I ain't fucking losing.
Yeah.
I ain't seen Jokic go into the I ain't fucking losing scoring bag.
Yeah.
It's gotten close, but not to the way Luka has.
Yeah, I've
and
seen
so that's
flashes.
his superpower.
He gave it to the Lakers for like a quarter. Now.
Yeah, type shit.
He gave it
It's
to
something
AD
about
for
the
like
Lakers.
5 minutes.
Something
5 minutes, he
Yes.
busted AD ass.
Yes, yeah.
Something about the Lakers, man. But yeah, Luka right now, it's hard to really try to really put anybody above him as far as like everything put together. And,
Right.
He just makes the game look so easy, man.
and if you want to throw recent bias in there, you can maybe give Tatum an edge at that third place, maybe.
Yeah.
I think it's weird because I think if he plays just regular Tatum hoop, he's easy top 3.
Yeah.
If he just plays a regular Tatum
I was
series,
tired of the
like-
step back three.
yeah, if he's just really like a regular, like what we've known from him from all these years, like he don't gotta be like a dominant. We would have him top 3 easy because he played the way he did. It's
Any
hard to like,
posters? I haven't seen any posters.
Yeah,
really.
that-
that nigga ain't dunked on nobody since
seen
Bron.
no.
I-
no
That nigga dunked on Ron and stopped. Like,
exactly.
Would
That's
too.
what I'm like.
Don't ruin a good thing, brother.
I'm one of those. I'm one of those. I dunked on Ron. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't even got a hoop no more. But yeah, so top 3, I'm going Luka, Jokic, Giannis, like you said.
Yeah.
Giannis, I would consider putting Giannis over Jokic, but the last time I saw Giannis in the playoffs, I got a bad taste in my mouth from him losing to an 8 seed.
Yeah, it was
And not only losing to the 8 seed, being scared to shoot the
Yeah,
ball
it
in
was
the fourth quarter.
embarrassing.
That was embarrassing.
It was
So
embarrassing.
I can't
man.
put
What was it 2-1 when he came back?
yes,
Yeah, he was,
yes.
he was throwing the ball out of bounds.
Like,
Yes.
come on, man. Down
Yes,
2-1
like, nah.
against an AC.
Yeah.
Nah.
He didn't win a game.
Can't
The
happen.
games they won.
He was not a part of it.
Yeah.
No, not getting that from me. So no, he has to go to 3. He's an automatic. Like I said, I would consider putting Tatum in front of him if Tatum would have dominated in the finals like I thought he could have.
Yeah.
But Giannis is still an automatic 33, 14, and 6. Like, what you want me to do, bro?
And with no type of like
That.
real skill
Yeah.
work.
Just
It's all
dominance.
just straight hustle, outworking you, just beating you to it.
And we talked about Luka. The coin we turned was certified tweaker. Like we've seen Giannis tweak in the finals.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We've really seen Giannis be like, nah, fuck that. Like, yeah, no. Like we've never seen Jokic really like hit that button. We've seen he kind of is like more like Bron. And Bron had this problem too, where it's like my superpower is I'm gonna manage the game so well that we're just gonna win.
Yeah.
But sometimes you need to tweak. Sometimes you just need to be the best player for 14 straight
And
minutes.
D-Wade had to teach him that.
Literally.
And they talked about, Paul Pierce just said it.
Yeah.
That game in Boston to Game 6, 2012, that changed Bron's career forever.
Yeah, 30
that was the
percent.
first time we ever saw, other than the Piston shit, but like it wasn't like the same
was that
Bron.
with the meme where he was like locked in?
Yeah, 30
That-
first.
That was
That
a crazy
game changed
right there.
Bron's career
Yep.
forever.
I was sitting there watching that game because
I was hating.
I was hating.
hating.
I was like one of the biggest Bron fans before he went to Miami, and it
I
just
didn't know
something about when he went to Miami. It just something moved me the wrong way.
Yeah.
It just
I will never
don't know what
forget.
it was.
I was hating so because they
love
lost
you
the
though,
game
bro.
before, and now they going to Boston. I'm like, yeah, he's over.
It was 3-2
Yeah.
going to Boston.
I was like, yeah, this nigga
I was
lame.
hating. I was hating bad. I was like, yes,
and he hadn't won a championship yet.
Oh,
We were
yes.
still with the Kobe and Bron in
Yeah,
schools
no.
every day. I was like, thank
Yeah.
God. I was like, I knew this nigga wasn't like that.
Kobe would never.
I was in the AAU game. I was at the AAU game. We got done with the game, and the game was about to come on. And my coach was like, he was like, all right, let's go watch Bron win this motherfucker. And everybody was like, dog, shut up, bro. Y'all know this shit over with. We get home. That nigga got 37. I said, what the? I said, what?
Bro,
He was. I was so mad at him. I was watching them highlights like, God damn, I hate
he
this
played
nigga.
so good too.
And then when they won the game, I was like, they ain't losing no game 7.
Yeah.
Ain't no way in hell they losing no game 7. That shit was over with. And that changed Bron's
That
career
was,
forever.
that was definitely an unsuccessful hate watch. This is a little bit of a sidebar, but we're not like in a strict like schedule. So I just want to ask, what are your favorite hate watches?
Hate watches.
Oh,
I have one. Y'all want me to go first?
Yeah. Y'all go.
Oh yeah, Brock Purdy versus the Ravens. The best hate watch I've ever had. The best hate watch I've ever had.
I kind of that's a good one. I agree.
I
with that one.
could not
I agree
wait
with
to
that
see
one.
that nigga.
That's
fail.
a good
I
one.
agree with that one.
And of course, shout out shout out my Atlanta Falcons fans. 23 Super Bowl. Oh my God, what a successful hate watch.
Yeah, that hurt.
It
I
was
can't lie,
like I
that
was
hurt.
in the middle, you know, because I'm a big Tom Brady Pats fan,
Yeah.
but then at the same time, from Georgia,
Yeah.
rooting for. I want my Atlanta team to win.
We was there. Like, niggas
Yeah,
wanted
we
the
was
parade. Niggas
Yeah,
wanted the parade.
that was the main thing I wanted. I really just wanted the parade. Really.
Yeah.
Just wanted
Niggas
the
was walking
parade.
around like
That was that was Georgia State days.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I definitely wanted the parade.
Yeah.
I definitely did.
Man, a parade is so fun.
I don't hate that many players, bruh. So it's hard for me to do that. Like,
I got a couple. Like,
I got a couple players I hate, but I'm trying to remember when I remember why I hated them.
Embiid versus
Oh!
Bucks.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Oh,
anytime I watch Anthony Lamb play basketball in 2023, that would be at the top of the list. Anytime he did something bad, I had a good time.
That's the one guy the Warriors have.
Yes,
right? Like
yes.
6'6" center.
Yes, that win stop playing.
What's up with the Warriors picking
I
up
don't
these
know, Ash.
undersized centers, bro? And they can't even shoot the ball.
Yo, look,
Anthony Lamb played like 60 regular season
He
games.
played 77.
Yeah, he got a lot of minutes. He definitely got a lot of.
He didn't
got a lot
play
of-
1 minute in the playoffs.
He didn't play 1 minute in the playoffs.
Steve Kerr just be done.
We had two rookies on our team that got drafted that
Yeah.
year.
Was
He
that the
was
year
an
that-
undrafted rookie, and he played more than the 2 lottery picks.
Yeah.
And Steve Kerr's reason for that was they need to develop more.
Yeah. Right.
But then when the playoff came around, guess who played in the playoffs, Ash?
Anthony Lamb? Oh, who the lottery picks did play?
lottery,
Oh,
yeah.
they did play? Oh, wow.
Moody and
Kuminga.
Moody,
Yeah,
yeah.
they did get minutes.
They
They did get
literally
minutes.
couldn't beat Anthony Lamb in the rotation until the playoffs, man.
That's insane.
Shout out to Steve
We
Kerr.
weren't supposed to do that. This
Yeah.
always don't go on tangents. Finna pull a casket. I was in my room screaming.
To close it with a happy hate watch, any Western Conference Finals. Just definitely. The Rockets. Super.
No, there it is. That's it. Thank you.
The
Oh yeah, the
Rockets.
Rockets. Yeah, that was a hate watch for me.
2019 versus the Blazers
Yeah.
when they swept them. That's it. That's
That
my
was such
answer.
a good hate
Easy.
watch.
That one because they wouldn't shut up about that Dame shit, and I was
Yeah.
like, bro, it's just levels. It's okay.
Right.
Dame and Kyrie are in their sector. Steph is out of here. Stop
Yeah.
comparing him to Steph. And that series was it. After
Yeah.
that series, bro, you was up 20 every game. It was just Steph, Clay, Draymond, and Anthony Morrow, McKinney, whatever his name was.
Alfonso.
Yeah, Alfonso McKinney.
Oh, yeah.
And Zaza Pachulia, whoever was a big. It was nobody on that team to score except for Steph and Clay and a 40-year-old Iggy. And they came in and swept them boys. And Steph was averaging like 33 in that series. That was the best hate watch. Because after that, the conversations never existed again. That was it. Oh, I couldn't stand that Dame Steph conversation. It was so stupid. It was so stupid. They was like, if you switch Dame and Steph, that he gonna win all them championships too. I said, no, he's not.
That was
Dame
crazy.
is a great player, but it's levels.
Yeah,
It's
Dame is an
levels.
excellent,
Levels,
Dame is
so-
nice, but it's
excellent
levels.
number 2.
Amazing number two. Amazing number 2. But top 10 players. Okay, so 1 through 3, Luka, Jokic, Giannis. Next 3, 4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6.
That's where it gets kind of.
Yeah, that's
And
where
that's
it
where-
gets tough because you got, like I said,
It's 10 players you can go right here.
Got Tatum, you got Shy, you got Ant, and then we still got Steph, we still got KD, we still have Braun.
Embiid, you ain't said Embiid.
Oh yeah, Embiid,
AD.
I'll go first.
It's two.
I'm gonna go Steph 4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Victor at 5, and at 6, I'm gonna go Ant. 6, I'm gonna go Ant.
Okay. At 4, I'm going Tatum right now.
Okay.
5, I'm gonna put Steph. And 6, I'm gonna put Embiid.
Okay.
And I know a lot of you are asking me, why would you have Embiid under Steph and Tatum? Well, Tatum just won a championship. Tatum has been in 5 conference finals in 6 years of basketball, or 7 years of basketball. And Joel Embiid hasn't left the second round in 10 years.
Yeah, in a long
And
time.
Steph Curry is Steph Curry, and I still think if I needed a game from my life, really what this came down to between Steph and Embiid was if I needed a game from my life right now, I think I would still want Steph
Yeah,
over Embiid.
and listen, niggas was like Embiid gonna be the best player on that USA team. Who looked like the best player? Who looked like the best player on Team USA right now?
light skinned dude running around, chucking up threes.
Nigga like he finna start a war.
And who looked like the second best player? The 40-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And who looked like the third best player?
the young
Ellen
guy.
always wins.
Yeah.
Ellen always wins.
Ellen always
Yes,
wins.
sir, yes, sir.
So Ash, 4, 5, 6.
My 4, 5, 6, kind of similar to yours. I put Tatum there. I have Tatum at 4, Embiid at 5, and then at 6, it's kind of top. Well, honestly, my 6. If we are we basing this off this season? That just
We're basing this off of the way I do top 10 is if we get in the playoffs, who do I want? Who am I picking in order as my best player? That's kind of how I do it.
Like I'm thinking like next year. Too,
And I'll probably cut that and put that at the front of the video because I don't want this to people to be like, well, Embiid be averaging 30 and 30. I don't care. All of these niggas is great in the regular season. Steph is 37 years old. He's not finna put in effort to average 36 and 8 like he could have if he felt like it. Mm-hmm. So I am talking about in the playoffs when it's time to be the best. Who is the best and who do I want? So that is how I do top 10s. All
okay,
right, my fault.
Yeah. My four had Tatum, 5 had Embiid, and then 6.
It's tough.
It's a tough one because I'm leaning more towards Shy.
I like that.
I'm leaning towards
Shy a lot.
Shy showed me
Shy
something.
Shay.
A lot of people was trying to down what he did.
He can't choose
In the playoffs, but if you sat there and watched these games, this man was literally consistently.
I thought he hooped in the playoffs too.
30.
Yeah,
That's
30.
in the playoffs.
Like he just come in the game, you know, it's 30.
Right. And it
But
lost
it's,
on
but it's the way he does it. And then he doesn't have like he got some young guys around him, but he really don't have like another guy like a guy that can actually go out there and just consistently get his 20.
A Kyrie
That can go out there and get his 20.
I need 15 minutes, fam. Like catch the ball.
And J-Dub is going to be that next year. I believe it. I think J-Dub is going to develop. He was half of that this year. Like he was in it, but in the playoffs you saw he wasn't ready for the complete moment. Right. I think this year J-Dub helped with that.
Who did OKC bring in as well?
Alex Caruso and Isaiah Hartenstein.
Yeah.
Oh,
they got better.
So Chet
they got
can
better.
go to the 4.
Yes, they got
so
better.
Yeah.
They got a lot better.
OKC is going. They're going to be good.
Alex Caruso and Shea on defense is crazy.
And
Lou Dort.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
with Shea and Isaiah
Yeah.
So 7. You said Tatum, Embiid, Shea.
Yeah,
so
that's gonna be my top 6, right? Or finish off my top 6.
7, 8, 9. Who would 7, 8, 9 be? And I'll go ahead and start with that. Shea would be 7. KD would be 8. And Braun would be 9, y'all. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if I still want to playoff thing, if I want a playoff game, I'm still calling an old man.
I ain't mad. He just had his best shooting year. He's still 6'9".
What you want me to do, bro?
I got my next top. It's my 7, 8, 9 off the rip. Steph, KD, Braun.
Yeah. Sound about right. Like,
and then I'll end it with my 10, Ant.
Okay.
And that would be my 10. So I just said, 10 would be Ant. Yeah.
My last 4, because I haven't said Embiid yet. I don't think I've said Tatum yet. I haven't said Shea yet. And I'm going to give Devin Booker the nod.
I like
Booker over Ant?
No, Ant's already there.
You did say it earlier. You said
it.
You said it.
I'll let him beat it.
Okay, so let's see. Who did we leave out? So why is Ant over Braun? Why is Ant under Braun for you?
For me, after this season, I can definitely see Ant taking over that past Braun. He can definitely leap over Braun, KD, and Steph.
I think Ant can lead this season as the best player in the world. I think that's how good
he can lead because he got a little taste of that going to the conference finals, beating the championship team. Yeah. He got a taste of what it takes. And the conditioning and everything that takes to be in the playoffs.
Facts, yeah, he mentioned that.
Ooh, he's gonna be this Ant that's gonna come in next year. Yeah, he's gonna be a problem.
And not to cut you off, but also this Olympics probably helps him.
Thank you.
Oh,
yes,
and
this is exactly what I was about to say. I knew you was gonna say. Yes.
The Olympics for him, he's probably gonna benefit the most being around all these other legends because now you get to see like, damn, Steph practice like that.
Yes.
Like, LeBron really worked out 4 times today.
And he's 40.
KD do work. Okay.
Right. Oh, yeah. Like, bro, the way niggas talk about KD work, they're like, yo, I just sat there and watched him. I've never seen nothing like that.
It's a dude that tall.
We all NBA players. Like, I have never seen nobody work out like this.
Yo, I watched KD work out for 20 minutes. Every shot went in the same way.
Yeah, I think how fluid it looks. Like, it just looks. The fact that he's 7 foot and just out there just moving so gracefully.
It's smooth. It's pretty, bro. He got a pretty ass.
That's what a lot of people don't understand. The love that a lot of people have for KD. Yeah. It's one of those. Sit down, watch you some KD workouts, man. Mm-hmm. You can get an understanding.
PG get that too.
PG too, but that gracefully, just smooth.
Easy. They look like basketball players.
Side to move on off another one before we continue to get 15. What Jeff Teague the other day said that Kobe's game wasn't
I was just
smooth.
thinking about this in
He
my
said it wasn't
head.
smooth. He was like
Wow.
he was a one dribble pull up, pump fake, get the foul, and it wasn't smooth. I didn't really like to watch it. How do you guys feel like there's truth to that statement, or he's just wrong?
I think he's wrong.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I know he's a professional NBA player, but I think he went off the rails right there. On that.
Shout out Jeff T. Hell of a
Oh,
podcast.
hell yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah,
One
shout
of the
out.
funniest podcasts out there. But I will
Definitely.
say, Kobe's like, it's like you said, LeBron isn't the rule. The pump fake is the rule. That's the exception. Because usually it's just I'm gonna catch it, jab step, bag, shot. Like if I need to, I will. But it's kind of like how Kyrie has 40 fakes. He may never need to get to him because that second move might work.
Exactly.
But if the third move don't work, then he might get to the fakes. I thought Kobe game, but I don't want to say it was herky jerky because his handle after he got hurt did get a little more like I don't want to say rigid, but like he wasn't as loose with it. Of course, as he was younger, but I never thought it was like it wasn't like Harden. It wasn't like start. Like
Bro, I thought Kobe had a beautiful game,
Me
but
too.
like,
Beautiful, bro.
I guess I'm biased in that because Kobe taught me how to play basketball. Like,
Oh,
everything I
100%.
watch, everything I do on a basketball court is because of him. Like,
Yes.
so I guess I'm a little biased, and maybe we can have some people in the
Oh, yeah,
TikTok
I'm
comments
super
tell us
biased.
if we wrong.
Yeah.
But like, bro,
Yeah.
Kobe had one of the prettiest games I've ever seen. Like, have y'all seen
Ever.
Kobe catch the ball, take 2 dribbles, and just shoot the fade away?
Just rise up on it.
Just rise up, just one dribble,
Everything.
pull up in the jersey in the mouth. Like, everything was so smooth, so
It was
calculated.
it was so calculated,
Like-
so pinpoint,
Yeah,
accurate.
yes.
It was like
And Kobe did have games where he was definitely one with dribble, pull up, pump fake, 6 to 22 and 14 free throws, and has
shooting
30.
over 4 people.
Yeah, like he does have that. But when Kobe was on,
yeah.
man,
Shit, listen,
most beautiful shit you could watch on the court.
Hey,
dog.
you know, listen, everybody got their own opinion. I think a one dribble pull up is beautiful.
Thank you, bro.
Like, dribble, pull up,
Like,
going
One
to the
dribble
right.
pull up. Boom.
Oh my God,
Like-
pulling up, fading.
Like
away.
Devin Booker has like one of the prettiest
Oh.
games ever, and that's all. Like
Devin Booker game is beautiful,
and that's
bro.
half Devin Booker game. Just get to my spot, rise up. I'm gonna elevate.
Shoot, bro.
But
It's
like-
so easy and simple.
Yeah,
And
like-
I feel like the real stars have that in their game. The real deal killers in the league have that.
That's why-
that dribble pull up.
And that's why I have Devin Booker 10th because even with him having KD there, he doesn't have a spotlight, so he's not gonna get the credit he should. And that's what it was a weirdly constructed team, so I'm not holding against him or KD too much. But to Devin Booker credit, like we talked about with Giannis, we talked about Luka, we've seen Devin Booker in the biggest stage
we definitely
with
have.
the best defenders on him tweaking.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, in the finals, going crazy.
You ain't lying.
So I see that in Devin Booker every time I see him play. Every time I see him play.
He's a professional scorer, for
Yeah.
sure. All right, so 11, 12, 13.
KD, Embiid, and Donovan Mitchell.
That's a good pick. Donovan's cold.
That's a sleeper
I stopped
pick.
hating Donovan.
That's a sleeper pick.
It's
man.
right there.
Those are
That's-
some fun hate watches, actually. Donovan Mitchell
I-
and Jazz. I knew he never had a chance.
Oh,
I knew he
that
never had a
was such
chance.
fun hate. Like,
I hated Donovan at
well,
Utah.
they're the number 1 seed, the best defensive record we've ever seen.
That doesn't
Alright.
matter.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool. 11, 12, 13, Ash.
11, 12, 13. Well, 11, I'm definitely going to go D-Book. 12 and 13, I got to think some more on that one. I got to think some
All right, I'm going to go D-Book, AD, and
You know what, actually? Okay, D-Book 11, 12, Wemby. Got to give Wemby some love. Got to get a French boy.
yeah.
some
I
love, man.
got him 5 or 4.
Hey,
I can't put him there. I can't put him in that
Not
top
yet.
15 until I see it again. I'm gonna see it again, but I
Yeah,
have to.
yeah.
I'm always a person that's got to see it again. I'm never just gonna jump to the conclusion because these niggas too good.
That's a fact.
So
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.
I'm
so-
a nigga who jumps.
no,
that's a
you do
fact.
that. Like
I am
you
definitely-
are potential. You
Yeah.
are potential. I gotta see it.
Yeah, I'm an early person. Yeah.
I'm more so that too. I'm more so that too.
Yeah.
Because he was Luka, the best player in the world. It's rookie year. Like he was on that. Like it was
Oh, yeah.
never a second where he was like
He
Luka.
already
ain't
has 5 first team All
That's
NBAs. And the
But man,
dude-
He's 23. Bro.
I vividly remember in the chat. I was like, "Who the best rookie we've ever seen?" Nigga was just like, "Braun." I said, "All right, Luka gonna be just as good." I said, "Watch this game. Tell me this nigga not just as good."
But
That's true, man.
okay, so I said AD,
Yep.
AD Book, and 13 would be. I really like that Donovan Mitchell name.
For me, that spot came down to Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, and Trae Young.
Ooh, no, actually, nah.
Nah.
I had D-Book.
Give me Donovan Mitchell to 13.
Nah,
I like that.
I like Brunson. I like Brunson.
I like Brunson a lot, but
Yeah.
but I don't see Donovan Mitchell win games like multiple. Like
Yeah.
I've seen Jalen Brunson do it last year in the playoffs, but I don't see Donovan do this since his rookie year. So I'm gonna give him Donovan 13.
And I would, and well, not this Knicks team that's coming up, but I would have loved to see Donovan Mitchell on last year's Knicks team.
Him and Brunson.
No, just like like if you were to flip it.
Flip that.
Yeah, like on a team where the role players kind of fit, the supporting cast kind of fit. You're the best player in the court because the East is bad. I would have loved to see how that played out, where he's just getting buckets, just working out.
It definitely would have played out more better for him than in Cleveland because him and Garland. I don't think that's a good.
I don't think it's a good fit in their just in this NBA. They are struggling with the two bigs a lot more than Minnesota is.
Yes,
and they fired JB. I'm not sure if that's the reason they fired JB.
it should be,
but
it should have. I mean,
literally. But they say he's gonna stay in Cleveland, so we'll see.
I want the NBA GMs to listen to me right here. Yo, the small backcourt is never going to work. It has not worked in 25 years. Please, for the love of God, stop trying to get a 6'1" point guard and a 6'3" shooting guard. It's not going to work. It's not.
When's the last time it worked?
Isaiah and Joe Dumars, maybe? Like, what are we talking about, bro? It doesn't work.
Even Clay 6'7".
Clay was 6'7". JJ Redick and Chris Paul. What? No, never worked. It never worked. Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland.
You can get away with a 6'3", 6'4" guy at the point, but that's it.
And that's why, jump to my Warriors real quick, that's why I don't get why they won't trade Brandon Pominski for Laurie, because Steph and Brandon are not going to work next to each other.
Shout out,
I
Barry.
like BP. Shut up, Barry. I like BP. I do. He has a good game. He played too much last year, but I came to the realization after game 50 they weren't winning the championship. I didn't really care that much. Develop. That's cool. But BP is good. He's a good basketball player. He's going to be a 10-year pro.
Yeah.
But you should ship him to Utah so he can play point guard. He does not need to be playing pseudo point guard next to Steph as a 6'3" guy who can't guard most two guards. Yeah. If you're two guard, if you got to rely on him to go guard the three, then Steph got to go guard somebody else because he's a liability on defense. Then that's cool. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. You need somebody who can go guard the best player. And then you need somebody who can go guard the second best player.
You look at all the winning teams. Like Boston, we're just gonna use Boston for example because they just built just the most well team. Yeah, you got you two wing guys, 6'7" plus, that are very active on defense, and you got a 6'4", 6'5" guy in Derek White, 6'4" guy in Drew Holiday. Yeah, and you got Porzingis out there floating around at 7'1", 7'2".
Yes,
yeah,
and he can move laterally.
Yes,
and he blocks shots. So
and then you have Al Horford who another big and been playing big and big games.
I'm trying to just like mentally scroll through it. All the championship teams have big guards. KCP and Caruso were big. Steph, Clay, 6'4", 6'7".
Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton.
Yeah. Tall. The small guard stuff, it gotta stop. Bro.
It has to.
It gotta stop, bro.
Yeah, when has it ever
And you
worked?
know what?
It's only been two small guards to lead teams to championships.
And you know who I blame? Russell Westbrook. I think it's Russell Westbrook's fault. 1,000%. Yeah, I blame Westbrook. The moment niggas started to care about point guard rebounding, ruined the plot. Like, why are niggas like, I don't want to trade Brandon position. He's going to be 16 points, 7 boards. Why do I care if my point guard's grabbing 7 boards? Unless there's 7 boards, I wouldn't get. Like, if there are 5 offensive boards, like kind of how Russ used to do, like, when KD was there, that's different. But, like, you're just ending possessions. Like, okay, I appreciate that. But I also have a center that we're going to pay $20 million this year who could also pick up this slack. Like, I am tired of the positionless basketball stuff.
Oh man,
I'm so
positionless stuff.
We're getting out of it. We've been on. This is something we have been on for about 2 years now. the NBA is changing. It's taking a long time,
Yeah.
and it's going to look different because NBA basketball is never going to go back to the 2000s, and it shouldn't.
Right.
But the
People too
three-point
good.
shot is always going to be in abundance, and they're going to keep shooting. Boston just won the championship shooting more threes than anybody ever. So that is not going anyway. But the positionless basketball, that is going to slowly fade out of the game. But it's not going to look the same because everybody can dribble now. Most of the 7-footers can push the ball, but they're still going to be at their position.
There's two teams that we're seeing right now moving towards that way of getting out of the positionless basketball. Miami Heat and the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah.
With the two
Yes.
draft picks they just picked up,
Yep.
Zach Edey and the Kelly Ware dude.
Mhm.
Bam being at the 4 is amazing.
Yeah.
Jaren Jackson Jr. going to the 4 is gonna. That's all he wanted. It's gonna fit his game well, and
They probably tired of hearing them niggas whine.
yeah, that too.
Yeah.
And it's going to keep JJJ out of foul trouble.
But I just. Yeah, that's another thing. And then he's playing the 5. Well, I think he only averaged 5 rebounds last season as a
That's-
center.
And that's what you're also seeing because that's a trade off. Like, yeah, you're a super skilled, undersized, small power forward center, but kind of like Chet, kind of like JJJ, Bam. Sometimes even Embiid in the playoffs, but we're not sure. We're not sure if he was hurt. Sometimes you're gonna struggle to rebound because you're the only big guy on the court.
Only big guy on the court.
So when you go to help,
And that
other
hurt-
teams know that, so
hurt
they're
OKC.
crashing.
That hurt OKC bad.
Literally, that
That
killed
hurt them
OKC.
bad.
Yeah, so I definitely think as we move forward, the league is going to change. But I disagree. I think it'll be a 2-year time span. And I think whatever year Victor break through, those next 2 years will be we need a center year.
Yeah.
Whatever year he's a
Agreed.
top 3 MVP
Agreed.
or has a crazy season,
Agree.
What position you think he'll be locked in at?
power forward.
He
gonna
should be
for
a
sure locked in at power
I think he's
forward.
going to play power forward.
Everybody that has a AD, Vic, Bam, I would throw Chet in that.
Yeah.
Anybody that has that type of player
Yeah.
should go get a 5.
Yeah.
There should be, if you want your team to be the best it can possibly be,
Right.
you should go get a 5.
Right.
The Lakers fans that want AD to play the 4 are correct in wanting that.
Yeah.
If the Lakers just suck in the front office
Right.
and nobody wants to go play for the LA because
So that's
it's
another question. Was Minnesota like ahead of the curve
Yes.
then? Were they
Yes.
ahead
I
of the curve?
100% think Minnesota was ahead of the curve. That was something we also were on, which is why we liked the move to Cleveland so much. Well, how we liked how Cleveland built their team so much. They just aren't the
Yeah.
dogs that you got to beat to win it.
Yeah, and I
It's
think
simple as that.
that's the problem the Timberwolves have too. Because
Yeah.
in hindsight, like just completely hypothetical, if the Lakers would have got Rudy Gobert instead of the Timberwolves, they may have won another championship by now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think the only reason Minnesota hasn't been as dominant especially as I thought they could have been, because Cat just didn't take a leap.
Yeah, he's not as good as AD, and then
Right.
they don't have.
But that is the formula. Is like, all right, he's kind of a center. Okay, let's get someone next to him to do all the center shit we don't want him to do. Because I don't as a sportsman, I don't want Victor guarding the best big every night battling in the post.
Exactly.
I just want you running around helping. I don't want you to beat up your body battling in the mid. Like we have someone for that.
Yeah.
I-
Oh, are you doing my?
No,
I don't want. I want to explain why we're saying this. Because, so in basketball, there are when you get into the playoffs, you scheme against things. But as you get to game 5, 6, and 7, it's nothing to scheme no more, bro. It's only 5 people on the court. We know this nigga. First move, second move, counter.
Yeah.
So there is nothing really to scheme for. It's nothing we can really say. You just got to go out there and hoop.
Right.
In those situations, because again, we're not talking regular season basketball. We're talking playoffs when the shit matters.
Yeah. We played 4 times in 7 days.
Yes. When you get to those moments, A++ help defender changes your defense dramatically.
Right.
Go watch the 2012 and 13 Heat teams with Bron in the back of that defense, just anchoring and being able to roam because they got 4 real defenders all over the court.
Right.
Yeah.
Go watch the 2016, 2017 Warriors with all the defense they had and how Draymond just got to roam because he had a real
KG on the
7-footer next to
Celtics.
him. Go KG on the Celtics with KP, excellent.
Yeah.
Tim Duncan on the Spurs with David Robinson.
Hell yeah.
And it was another one I was just about to say. And then in
Giannis?
yes, no, not Yes. 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 That's not what I was about to say. Yes. And then, but what I was about to say was AD and Dwight in 2020.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, that's a great example.
When you have A-plus defender like those guys I just named that are excellent timing, that understand offenses, that watch film and know what set they're running when they come down and go to the right side and throw up the thumb, they are able to dictate and tell you, yo, he's coming here, get dropped back, boom, 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 the screen is coming here. He's able to put people in position and then make the game altering shot, get the shot block, alter the shot, or put his center in position to alter the shot, and he clean up with the rebound. It drastically changes the defense when you have somebody of that caliber that is that good defensively, having somebody next to him to do as it said, just the little shit that you don't got to do that tires you out, and you can't play as hard on the help side as you want to.
And to piggyback kind of off of that point of how teams are building their team now, look at what the Spurs just drafted. Stephon Castle is a 6'6", 6'7", defensive first point guard who wants to develop the offense. But defense is his calling card. So you get someone like Wemby, who's first team All NBA defense his first year, and now you're surrounding him with great perimeter, great big guy,
big guy. Like they traded away Rob. Because why would you even keep Rob if you drafted Stephon?
Exactly.
There's no point.
With Devin Vassell over there.
Yeah, and you got Vassell over there.
Yeah, we're about to use that pick to get Laurie, but like,
if they get Laurie, they're contenders. I've been saying that since.
I think so.
If
I have Wemby in my top 5.
Let me listen. Let me. All right. So let me
Wemby
explain why.
Take a
Hold on. Before we get into that, because I do like this conversation. 13, 14, 15. 14, 15. How would you close it out? The top 15.
80 and B.
Okay. I'm going Brunson and. I'm definitely going Brunson. Brunson after this playoff run deserves the top 15. Who else was in the playoffs?
I'm gonna take AD.
You know, let me take Embiid off. Let me put Brunson. Show my nigga Nelson.
Embiid, nah, I said Embiid already. Brunson definitely. Brunson at 14. 15, that 15 is hard. I don't want to make nobody mad.
Yeah, it is. It's a hard. I can't think of no one because I got.
All right. It's coming down. I'm going to let y'all pick.
I got AD as my 14, so I'm trying to think. 15.
My 15 is coming down between Jaylen Brown, Trae Young, and Paul George.
I say JB just because
JB.
JB.
Yeah, I give it to JB.
I really think.
Shout out JB.
It's funny. I should have JB.
Leonard George.
Because JB's really on a heater.
Yeah, he's on. He's.
And I like that JB don't give a fuck.
Hey, on the court and off the court, he's
on fire.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying. But
and listen, let me shoot JB some mail. First of all, that's not pillow talking. Second of all, even if it was, that's his girl. Who cares? Third of all, he was right, nigga. Like
you were right.
Yeah,
like
I don't think he's an NBA player right now. Yeah, he's a second round pick. That's cool. Yeah,
he was the 5th to last pick. That's
cool. Right. But listen, see what happened when niggas hate on you for the bad bitches. You lock in. You lock in. That nigga got right to some buckets, nigga.
In the game after.
He played bad since.
That
is true.
He went from I'm Ron Son to this is bad bitches.
Let me get it right. He did lock in. He got it right too.
I'm telling you.
All right.
I like Bronny game though. Like it's cool.
I don't have a problem with Bronny's game. I think Bronny's game is a Drew Holiday type game, and he's got to develop. He got to get bigger, stronger, faster. He had a heart attack last year.
He had a heart attack last year. Like, that's what I've been telling niggas. Like, yeah, he not ready yet.
Bro,
he almost died last year.
The fact that he almost died.
Yeah.
Came back, played a couple games in college.
DeMar Hamlin ain't took a snap that mattered.
That's true.
Did
he even get any more?
He played one snap. They ran a fake punt when he went to the playoffs.
And he was on kick return maybe once or twice. Yeah. But okay, so back to the Spurs being contenders if they get Laurie.
Yeah.
I explained that, and I didn't say they would win the championship. I said contenders, just because I do think Vic will be solidified as a top 10 player at the end of the season. I'm just not going to put him there this second. But he's absolutely going to be in that conversation.
I can imagine the things he's about to do next year.
The reason I have him so high, because I think he's the best defender in NBA history already.
How many steals and blocks did he average?
He's going to go down.
He had like a ton of 5. Especially because the way, the 5x5, especially because the way Pop played him the first year, he wasn't getting 35, 35. He was under like
Under
20
30 minutes. Under 30
So
minutes
he's only
every
on
game.
the court for a little bit. And like you said, I'm a potential guy. I gotta see it once. What he did to Denver
Oh yes, in that game
when they made him mad, I saw it. I saw
when they
it.
stole that game from him at the end of the season.
Yeah, did y'all watch that game?
Yeah.
So they got him mad, and he went into certified tweaker mode. He wanted to say, you know what?
Oh, he
This
did
game
start
don't matter.
tweaking. He
We
did.
suck, but y'all not finna beat us. And he took the game over.
Sure did.
And with what we thought was the best player in the world, it was nothing Jokic should do.
Nah.
And I really feel like he is so good already on defense, and it's crazy. Adding Chris Paul, adding Stephon Castle, adding
And
people
Harrison
who are
Barnes,
just
right?
and Harrison
Oh,
Barnes,
my.
adding people that are just like
Oh wait.
let's just get Wemby
Thank you.
4 more dunks.
You
in
seeing
there.
it now?
Let's just he's running down the lane. Ooh, oh, he's just spoon feeding
With
him the
Laurie
easy stuff.
though,
And so
makes it
now-
opens it up. Crazy
Now
with
with Laurie is a 7-foot stretch 5.
Yep.
Small
So
forward.
you
He actually
put-
plays a
He
three.
plays a 3, but he's
Yeah.
7 feet. He's
Yeah,
really
7
he
foot
can play the
3.
5.
Yeah.
So you put him at the 5, or you just say they're your 2, 4, and 5, whatever.
Right, yeah.
You don't have to label it. But now on offense, Victor got a clear lane.
Yeah.
You can't help off nobody.
And
And then on defense, Laurie is your guy. You're gonna guard your big, and
Yeah.
Vic can help. So now, if you got a team where you run a 4 guard and 5 and 4 out, 1 in,
yeah.
how are you going to score the basketball?
And the reason I think
It's going to be
the real reason I have him so high right now is I think he's scalable in a way we haven't seen since Shaq, because he's able to literally, like, y'all run the offense. If I get below the free throw line, it's a dunk. You'll pass it to me. He doesn't need to, like how it be stop the ball, or how other bigs will you need to run the dribble hand up because you gotta get Jokic to certain places. You can literally just run your offense. Stephon Castle can run his pick and roll. He can play normal.
Yeah.
But if everything he's getting is assisted, and I only need to do the Victor shit a couple of times, like making transition, like whenever I need to, you can add people around him because he's not gonna need the ball.
He's
as
a
much.
bailout.
Literally.
He's literally Kevin Durant.
He's a
Yeah.
bailout.
He's literally
I see
Kevin
Chris
Durant.
Paul averaging at bare minimum 10 assists.
If Chris Paul plays a lot, it's gonna be probably one of his easy, coming from the Warriors to this, probably one of the easiest years he's had, because he's gonna go from defending niggas in the post to having Victor Wemby out behind him.
He was defending a lot in the
He was,
post.
bro.
He was.
Steve Kerr is crazy, bro. Steve Kerr has
He's
Steph
a
Curry, Chris
maniac.
Paul, and Brandon Kaminsky on the court at
He's
the
a
same time. And it
he's
was
a
like,
maniac.
I just like how this team fight.
Yo, it was Pods, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Wiggins, and Draymond. He's like, I don't know why we can't rebound. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean you don't know?
And then he'll get up in the press conference and be like, this game's on me, y'all. I just dropped the ball with the lineup today.
Listen,
Boy, I hate
one
that.
last Steve Kerr hate.
Yeah,
Let's get one more out. Listen, the way politicians do this too, niggas be like, man, somebody should really do something about that. Like, somebody should really get Moses Moody some more minutes. Like,
Yeah.
you're the coach.
Yeah.
You should be giving him the minutes. Like, why are you telling us? Why are you telling us, like, man, he should play some more? Yes, he should, my nigga. Like,
Moody and Kuminga should have been playing so
Yo.
much from the start.
Bro,
Moody's such a good dude. Out of bench pass.
Bro.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
though, he is. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, he's keeping it very
If
professional.
Moody would have acted.
He go to another team,
Hey,
he balling
shout
out.
out Lakers fans. Remember how niggas used to talk about THT?
Mm-hmm.
I forget what story came out when he was in the G League. It was the coldest shit ever. Some nigga was talking about him. He said he looked over. I'm not supposed to be out here. Like,
I'm not even supposed to be out here. It's crazy. He probably depressed.
yo, pissed. Like,
Pissed off like,
that
damn, I'm out here,
nigga,
man.
that nigga like, big as hell, stop working out.
God.
Like, he's slow,
Yeah.
all of that. That is hilarious. It's crazy what Braun will do to a nigga.
to the mental strain of being.
It's a strain of
But I really think Braun knew what he was doing. I think Braun saw him not working. And I think he kept talking about him to see, like, I see it in you,
Right.
but I'm going to put this pressure on
Yeah.
you, and maybe it'll make him work. That's what I think Braun was doing.
I believe he tried to talk to that nigga 1st
Mm.
But like Kobe said, if you are not up to the challenge, we don't want you here. Because it's a real challenge.
That's facts.
It's not like you're playing in Cleveland.
You're a grown man in the NBA.
Yeah,
dog.
and
Hey.
you a Laker.
You're
Yeah.
Laker.
That don't mean anything now, but for the kids listening,
It used to mean a lot.
it used to be like when niggas say you a Laker, it's like, oh, he's a Laker.
man.
Like, okay, I know what you mean.
People across the country know who Kyle Kuzma is because he was drafted to the Lakers and not the Wizards.
Sure.
Yes.
That's a fact.
Yes.
That's a fact.
All right. Where do we want to go
I
from
missed
here?
that Laker team.
That was a good Lakers.
Man, that was a fun time, man.
No,
Fun
Lakers
time.
was like ass but young. Like, I was like, man, hey, in a couple years, Lonzo, Kuzma, Ingram.
Man, we was thinking like, with Brandon Ingram too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, niggas called Brandon Ingram KD
next
for 8 years.
KD.
He was the next 8. He was the next 8.
I admit, at the beginning, I was one of those people.
Brandon Ingram and Imani Bates.
Couple seasons in New Orleans, I was like, nah.
Yo, Brandon Ingram and Imani Bates been KD for 12 years.
I hate the way, because y'all just brought up Brandon Ingram, and it reminds me of how they talk in the NBA about these players just not winning championships and not being Kevin Durant and LeBron and shit. And it's just like, bro, that's a lot of fucking pressure.
Shit
Bro.
hard.
Why are you calling this 19-year-old kid Kevin Durant?
Oh,
Kevin Durant just won a finals.
Yeah.
Like, just
Two of
chill, bro.
KD won 4.
He can't be
scoring
Michael
titles.
Redd first.
He won 4 scoring titles before he was 25.
And I remember hearing somebody saying that about with Ant too, like comparing Ant to MJ. You know,
All right, now let's slow down.
yeah,
I'm okay with that.
It's
No, but I was on your side.
okay with
before.
that.
I was on your side before the playoffs. I was like, yeah, he kind of Michael Jordan, but chill. Like, that's Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And he started doing Michael Jordan shit. I'm like,
That's
that's y'all versus the
well,
Suns?
well, you could just choose a Michael Jordan. It's a couple of versions.
Yeah,
of Michael
He
Jordan.
young Mike for
Yeah.
sure. He not old Mike. He young
Exactly.
Mike. But it's there. It's
Yeah.
there. That Vic and Ant matchup for the next 5-7
Oh, yeah,
years.
that's going to be deadly.
That's gonna be one.
Listen,
Ant gonna catch him one time,
It's
too.
gonna be war.
And it's
Y'all
gonna
think
break
Ant-
the world.
y'all
He
think
gonna
Ant-
catch him one time.
It's such a good matchup because Ant going to have Gobert. Like,
Y'all think Ant stays in Mini after this contract right here?
The
After
next
this
2 years
contract,
dictate
yeah.
everything.
After this contract.
After this
yeah.
contract coming
I
out?
think if they haven't won anything by 27, 28, he's gone.
I think
Because he's young now.
I
Like, he'll
think-
finish his contract and still be.
he's what 22. I
Yeah.
think Ant is 22, 23.
Yeah.
So if
Can he win it in Mini?
Yeah, hell yeah.
and that's what I was about to say. If
Yeah.
they win it I don't think they're gonna win. If they get to the finals in the next 2 years, because his contract, he signed his extension last year, I believe.
right? Well, it was
So
a 5-year, right?
it was a 5 year, yeah. So it's gonna be a 4th-year player option. So this year and next year, that he'll be able to opt out after the following year. So he has 3 seasons he has to play.
Right.
Okay.
I think if in these next 3 seasons they don't win anything, he's out of there for sure, and he's coming to Atlanta. If they win or get
Yeah, I
to
can
the
see that.
finals, then I think he's going to sign a 2+3. And then at 28, 29, when he's on the back half of his prime, if he still hasn't won anything, then he'll leave.
Just hypothetically, if you could put him on any team now, what would it be?
Any team
Right now, for
now.
next season.
The way he plays, it's kind of hard to really.
Selfishly, the Warriors. But I'm going to give a real answer.
I have an answer too.
I want to
Oh.
say Spurs.
Okay.
Denver.
Okay.
Denver.
Memphis.
Oh, I was thinking that was in the back of my mind too. With Ja,
I'd love to see him in Ja. I would love to see him in Ja.
That would
That
be, cause
would
you,
be
that would be
insane.
nuts.
I would love to see
That
him
would
in
be
Ja get out of the transition.
insane.
Like,
That would be insane.
I would love. Listen, with the defense they play already with JJJ, they got Edie now. Marcus Smart coming off the bench.
That would be crazy.
I would love
That would be great.
Imagine
That's
that
an athletic
one
ass
fast
team.
break with them two.
Boy.
Pick your poison. Like, who you want to get dumped?
That's
with?
what I will
Really?
say. Like the NBA is changing, but I miss teams like the Heat, like the Heatles, where you missed a shot. Them niggas were laying the ball in with 20 seconds of a shot. Like they were pedal to the metal, fast break. Like I definitely miss that like style a little bit, where niggas would just go.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
The Pacers play like that.
Yeah.
And that's why I like the Pacers. The Pacers are across half court at 22 seconds.
Gone.
It made shot or not. 21, 22
I
seconds,
can
they turned
see
it
them
off.
getting to the conference finals, honestly.
I don't think they
I
would
do
have
not
if the
see
Knicks were
that.
healthy. So
Yeah.
I will say that. I don't think you should have seen that. I don't think they would have if the Knicks were healthy.
I see that.
I like the Pacers, but I feel like it's I feel like they have a hard ceiling with Tyrese, and I don't know if that's fair to put on them, but like I feel like it's like Tyrese is a great player,
Yeah, he's the player he has to be.
Yeah.
I don't see that game from him.
literally.
I don't see it. Like I don't see the Brunson type
Yeah.
game, or the Trey Young type game.
Because like even if we
or-
were to say even if we were to say he's Magic Johnson, Magic needed Kareem. You need someone that's going to be able to like Daniel said, end of games, you need an isolation player.
Yeah, you need an ISO
someone
work.
that's like, all right, we played this team 6 times in the last 9 days, so we're not gonna run a set with 2 minutes left because they're gonna switch it. It's gonna fuck up the set. We're gonna end up isoing anyway. Yeah. So we're gonna run something for you
to get you where you like the ball.
We're gonna put you in your spots. Like it's hard with Tyrese because he's not like a real scorer.
Yeah.
For me to see them beating or competing with like top level teams versus top level defense.
I mean, if we just do it, Ash, I'll start with you. Like, how many teams would you put above Indiana in the playoff series right now?
In the East?
Yeah, just in the East.
In the East, well, for sure. I mean, you already know what's locked. Boston, Bucks, Philly is locked for sure. Even New York. I got New York locked above them.
Agreed. So that's 4 teams
That's
now.
4 teams. So, and then
Niggas already don't got home court.
I already want to throw Orlando in there above them.
I ain't
Wouldn't be mad at you.
I ain't mad
I
at you.
already want to. So it's really
And the Heat. I throw the Heat at 6.
too, cause
So now they in the playing.
With Bam at the 4.
Yeah, he's not playing that shit.
Yeah. So you got them as a play-in team right now.
That's what I'm
If
saying.
we
Are
think
they
about
better
it.
than Cleveland? Like, do we know they're better than Cleveland?
And that's another one. There you go.
Damn.
The reason I asked that question wasn't necessarily because I'm like, oh, Indiana's missing the playoffs next year. Everybody's stupid. My thing was, I think the Indiana might be a top 4 seed next year because of how they play in the regular season.
Yeah.
It's such an exhausting way to play, coming off of back-to-back, and these niggas will not stop running.
Yeah,
I
right.
understand if they end up a 4 or 5 seed just off of that.
Yeah.
But when we get into the playoffs and the game slows down and we got the same amount of rest times and we played all the games, I think every team y'all named is better than them. And I think every team y'all named will beat them in the playoff series. And like you said, I think them to Cleveland may go 7. I think because
a healthy Cleveland can definitely beat the Pacers.
yeah, so that's why I absolutely, like I said, as you shouldn't have seen them in the playoffs if everybody was healthy. I mean, in the conference finals, if everybody was healthy, that shit would happen. No way. And I like Tyrese. I think Tyrese is nice, but as Ish said, he's not a number 1 option and not even close to it.
He's super cool.
And I think people need to. After I heard what Indiana did to Paul George about when Paul George wanted to get AD and AD was willing to come, and they was just like, nah, we don't want to do that.
I never heard that.
Yeah, they don't want to.
PG had AD on the phone like, I want to do that. They had a trade that they would do that New Orleans was going to accept. It was done deal. And Indiana was like, nah.
Yeah, that's why he asked out.
And that's why he asked out of Indiana. Because he was like, oh, they don't want to win. So now that I know that about their ownership, I think they're going to be okay with Tyrese and Pascal Siakam just being like, all right, they're really good.
Yeah, it's like, we got
Let's
one
sell some tickets.
all-star.
5 seed, you know what I'm saying? 5 seed,
Literally.
maybe a 4 seed, 1 lucky seed.
What's the shit from like Mike? Playoff bonuses.
And they in Indiana, bro. Like, a 5th seed in Indiana bring in more revenue than anything other than...
Listen, we keep it funky. Caitlin Clark graduated, ain't shit to do out here no more. Like, you know, come on back. Come on back.
Like, you feel me?
That's
So,
funny.
we got what? We got about 10 minutes left. All right, 10 minutes. Do y'all want to do it? I want to stay away from I'm giving y'all. I let Ish be the mature one on the show. I have no maturity, so if Ish says it's okay, then it's okay.
Yeah, no, we can do it. We really don't do it too much.
We only got 10 minutes, so there's only so much we can say.
Right.
It's only.
Can we get canceled in 10 minutes?
Possibly. All right. They said okay, so I'm going.
Okay, let me start so we can get canceled.
Okay, cool. Go ahead. This is outside of basketball.
I was at dinner yesterday and we were talking, and I was like, why does Trump have aura?
He does. I hate to say it.
Cause she showed me a picture of the white people with the shit on their ear, like they wearing it like it's like the bag, like that's the drip, like they got the little joint on their ear, like they got pointed at too. I'm like, hey, this nigga got the swag, like they wearing that shit like the Nelly Band-Aid, like they got that joint on. Like,
Nelly Band-Aid.
Niggas writing on it. Have you seen them write on it? No. They be writing on it, bro. One had his name or like fighter, like they really rocking that joint, like that's a summer vibe.
Nelly Band-Aid.
I didn't see that one.
Dog, it's so funny, bro. Because the RNC was the other day. I was like, bro.
Yeah, the RNC.
I was like, nigga got order, man.
What's been going on this past couple months leading up to like the hype towards for the election and everything.
Yeah.
It's been
the election.
it's been like a straight movie to me. Everything.
No, it's definitely hit the gas the last couple weeks because like
Especially
Daniel know,
last
y'all know,
couple
like
weeks.
I follow it like just throughout the year, even not even election season, but from the debate until
Yes.
bro pointed at Trump, it's
Yes.
been they're speeding the seasons up
Yeah,
damn near.
yeah.
Like these things are not supposed to happen this close.
Everything's been happening so much in such a little time.
It's like a show that like they know they finna get canceled next season, so they gotta speed up this season.
That's exactly what
They throwing plot points in that they wanted to say.
This simulation is finna end,
Yeah,
and
well,
they're
that's
just
it.
trying to throw anything.
It's overloading.
It's overloading. All this AI, they not got confused. But now, unless you've been living under rock, former President Trump was had an assassination attempt on him.
Yeah.
I don't want to be Mr. Conspiracy, but I do want to ask somebody like is a very into politics and things like. All right, so how do I say this carefully? Does the situation make sense to you? That is what I'll say. Does how this happened make sense to you?
Absolutely not. And I have been, first I'm happy he got missed for sure, but we were millimeters away from
World War 1000.
I am not one of those people who are like, man, you better vote for Trump or the U.S. gonna end, or you better vote for Biden or the U.S. gonna end. But if they would have knocked him off as the leading candidate, man,
it would have been. It would have been
really, really scary, bro.
So, like, without question, it would have been the craziest thing to ever happen in our lifetime.
Oh yeah, right now
and we went through a pandemic and couldn't leave the house.
It would
for
have been
6 months.
dangerous. No, it would have fractured the country.
It would have
We're
been
living through
really bad.
Very, very like big historical moments
Yeah.
that's going to be big in history. Like years from now, what we've been going through ever since COVID started to now, it's going to be like something that people going to look back on like, wow, what was really going on?
This time has been very, I'm gonna say consequential. It's very consequential.
That's a good word.
Because I think with social media and just how connected we all are, we of course become more polarized because of it, and because of that, politicians became more celebrity than politicians.
Yes.
So now people have vested interest in that guy, and that's kind of what you've seen with the Trump thing. Is like he won 3 straight Republican nominations, which is crazy. Because normally, if you lose, they're not gonna bring you back.
No.
But he's such a big celebrity.
Big
He
personality,
is
man.
that party right now, and that's the problem they're seeing with Biden. Is like they kept Biden kind of tucked away, so niggas didn't know he was what he is now. But he is such a big dominant figure. There's no one to replace him with. There's no handoff that was next. Like Obama before he ran in 08 had a crazy. I think it was the DNC in 04, the convention had a crazy speech in 04, and everyone was like, "Oh yeah, he's next," type shit. Like we what we're not seeing is who's supposed to be next per se, and I think that is where it's like everyone's like, "Man, we got 80-year-old politicians." Like, yeah, because they've had so much power for so long, they've been squashing the next guy. Like we see, like while Draco squashed the next artist.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what you're seeing with Biden now. Everybody's like, man, he need to drop out. But like, it was like 2 weeks with none of them niggas say that shit. Like, hey, when nobody say it, because he know, he could stomp him out, like step him out.
That makes a lot of sense, bro. That makes a lot of fucking sense.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's why I think I forget his last name, but Trump's VP pick, the JD guy, he's super young, and that's what Trump is trying to do. Is like, no matter what, this is my last term, so someone else has to keep going forward. And I think the best path for the Democrats is just you gotta bite the bullet and you just gotta give Kamala the keys. You just gotta bite the bullet.
So.
You gotta give her the keys and you just gotta hope for the best. Because you can't replace him with anybody else.
You don't think they
She
can replace him
wrecking
with
that
Gavin
car,
Newsom?
y'all. Hey,
No, he can't do it. He can't do it.
she wrecking that car. I'm letting y'all know right now.
I like.
She's gonna
get them keys.
She's gonna get blank.
She's hitting the median.
Yeah.
I like young.
She's flipping that car.
That is hilarious. She hitting the median. That's funny as fuck.
She on the shoulder going crazy.
Why would Gavin Newsom not work? Let's educate the audience.
Oh, California's a terrible place.
No, I know California's a terrible place, but California is an anomaly in this country. I look at California as we look at the Lakers and Cowboys.
No, 1,000%. But because that's his state and California, so what they kind of do is, of course, like it's all political. And they're like, you know, they're being used and stuff. So it's not like who is the best guy for the job. They're thinking who is going to win us states that we wouldn't win per se. So,
Of course.
So
Okay.
California, they're already going to win
Yeah,
California.
of course.
So he really wouldn't want California. But if it were to be him, California has so much stuff like going on right now that people in California hate. It would just undermine him because whoever they replace him with, you gonna have to be solid. Because when they announce, like they say, let's just say Dale Hardman is gonna be the Democratic nominee. That next week for you will be the most media coverage you've ever seen in your life. Because now they have to introduce you to the public enough to where people already vote for you in November. So anybody that has like, that's why I think right now, if they're going to replace Biden right now, they're kind of trying to figure out who's going to be the cleanest. Because anybody with something there would be a problem because for the next 2 weeks, the whole world's going to have their eye on you, trying to figure out who you are. So for someone like Gavin, where like some weird COVID stuff he was doing, like he completely shut down California in the middle of the daytime, like he wouldn't let people go to beaches, like he closed, like during the riots, he closed Rodeo Drive at 1 p.m. Like it was some crazy
California
stuff.
was locked the fuck
Yo,
down.
and people are mass leaving California, like
Oh yeah, moving to
flooding out
Texas.
of, people are off it. So
Shouldn't go to Texas. That's a bad place to pick.
1,000%. And the
Texas
thing
power
is,
grid is
I
crazy.
think the only way you can sell it to Democratic voters is you gotta give it to Kamala, because
Yeah,
if
their
you're
only best
if you're
route
gonna
right
tell
now.
if you're gonna tell Biden, yo,
Only
you
best route.
listen, if you're gonna step down, you need to fall on your sword and be like, yeah, I'm not in the best shape to run things now, but it's okay. I'm gonna hand it off to Kamala because she's been the one helping me run it this whole time. There has to be a real handoff between, because if it's not, it's gonna look like you're saying the quiet part out loud. That it's like, oh yeah, it don't matter who that is, because like we know Biden's not gonna run the country. Like we know that's not.
Yeah.
But for the sake of voting, a lot of people are just not gonna go for it if he's on there.
No, they're not going
I've-
for it.
I've
After
been-
recently, nah. they're not
I've been
going for
talking to what's it, Taylor about it, and my family about it, and it's just like really, like if you really think about it, it's you really fighting for like 10 to 15 million votes. Like
Yeah.
the state, like you said, California is going to be what it is. Texas,
Right.
for most part, my boy Beto tried to stop it, but like
Yeah.
Texas is what it is for the most part.
Mhm.
The Midwest is what it is.
Right.
So you really fighting over what is it, like Pennsylvania, Iowa, Ohio,
Arizona,
yeah, like the
Georgia now.
Georgia now.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you think that dropping out of the race and passing it on to Kamala, since that's your number one option,
Yeah.
and Kamala bringing in whoever she brings in for the VP,
Right.
do you think that
Super white guy.
instills
Super
super white guy? Of course, has to
It's
be.
ridiculous.
He's gonna be like
he'll be
white.
see through, like he'll be translucent. Like,
That'd be crazy.
But do you think that instills confidence in the party if they make a switch this late? Because election is in what, 3 months,
Yeah.
4 months? So do you think it'll instill confidence if they make this move this late?
Yeah.
Or do you think that it'll be like, oh, these niggas running a shit show?
oh, I think it's over.
It's over.
Okay.
I think it's over. I think Trump has this thing in the
The reason I know it's
only
over
because of the assassination attempt.
Oh, I think that's what sold it over. I said the same thing. When the debate happened, I was like, these niggas is shit shows. I was like, it's really just going, I don't know. I was like, I really don't know. If nobody says nothing and we just do the Trump rallies and Biden and look old, then I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But the second that picture came out with his fist up and the flag was
Yes.
behind him, I said, this shit over.
It's over.
that I think for me that was an exclamation point. I knew it was over for Biden when after the debate. So the reason they're having him, they're forcing him to step down is because like during presidential elections, that's when the niggas under them really soak up the votes. That's why Obama was so lit, because so many people were voting for Obama. I go vote for Obama. I'm just gonna vote for the senator in my state that's rocking with Obama.
Yeah.
The problem is niggas not rocking with Biden. So the people in those swing states, I can't remember the guy's names, but like the Senate, the one in the guy running for Senate in Ohio, he's like, fam, we gotta get somebody out here because I need help. I need someone else to help me gain more votes because right now the Dem fear is, all right, losing the White House is one thing, but if Biden were to stay on the ticket, you're gonna lose the Senate, you're gonna lose the House because Trump is bringing in all his Trump people, and they're gonna be like, I'm just voting R. Whatever the R is, that's what I'm gonna vote. And that's where you're seeing the biggest change. Once he started losing the swing states, it was kind of wraps. But like y'all know, nothing moves until money move in politics. And like 2 weeks after the debate, they like froze the account. They was like, somebody gotta move. Like I think it was like 15. It was like millions of dollars. They're like, we are not using that until we figure out if Biden's gonna be the nominee, and he really shouldn't. Like. So that's really where it ended. But the problem is, he got to be the one to say it.
Yeah,
They can't remove him. They can't say,
it.
"Oh yeah, we just gonna have somebody else." He has to say.
Is it an ego thing for him? Is it a power
1000%.
thing? Like,
I think it's ego, and it's gonna sound a little mean. I think it's his family and the power. Like the way they talk about like Joe Biden did an interview. Joe Biden did an interview talking about the power of being the president, like the Secret Service and the motorcades and stuff. Like they have a vested interest in him and the people around him, basically. Like if you work in the Biden administration, you may not work for the Kamala Harris administration. So if I'm the second guy to Biden and I've been running shit for 4 years, I'm not gonna want to go back to my day job. I'm gonna throw that old out there and I'm gonna open the best.
Hey, that's a great point. There, I ain't never really seen nobody pulling up.
Yeah, like the people, it's the people around him that's gonna try to keep him in there because like this is their life right now.
okay.
There isn't a backup plan because it's another president in their mind. If Trump win, if any Republican win, or another Democrat lose, and if anybody win but Joe Biden, they lost. Because now you gotta get another shot. Now you gotta change your life. Now you don't have that power. So yeah.
Okay.
I think that
makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, see that's the piece I've been missing. Is like, what is like, bro? Like you, 80 years old, you've been in politics your whole life.
Right.
You can't just go sit down for 5 years and chill out.
I don't think it's all him. I don't think it's all him.
Okay, but now it's the people around him that's like, nah, we don't want to lose. Okay,
and that's why like if you watch this stuff, Jill be doing, it's like sad. Like it's sad because you can see she's still pushing him. You can see she's still trying to get him to keep going.
Hey, if you know white women,
hey,
if you know some Karens, you know a Karen. You've ever met a Karen? I know what Joe Biden is.
I'm telling you.
But
like after the debate, she's like, you answered all the questions. What?
You answered all the questions. Wow.
Nah, that's crazy.
Like that's embarrassing. Like
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Ash, anything to add before we go?
Everybody, man, just always be aware. Be aware, man, because what's going down now is just.
I like that.
It's not fun, man.
Bro, I'll wake up.
That's the funniest shit.
And I'll see a tweet at 3:30 in the morning from Ash, and he'll be like, "Y'all niggas looking at the moon right now?" And I'll be like, I'm like, Ash, what was you smoking?
Yeah.
That's some real nigga shit.
Yeah, I mean, hey, man, a lot of strange things happen late at night, man. That's all I say.
That nigga Ash is my favorite nigga to talk to, bro.
Niggas just went outside at 2 a.m. and looked at the stars.
Go observe the world sometimes, man.
Realize how small we are, bro. Like
yeah, bro. You realize how small we are, you'll humble yourself.
And also appreciate the creation, man. Appreciate everything that's all around us, man.
Facts.
Hey, you ain't lying.
Only get one simulation, so.
That we know of. Episode 82 is in the book. This is Ash. That's Ish. Thank you guys for joining us. Please like. I keep forgetting to say that at the beginning of the show. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you to Ash. Ash will be back a lot during basketball season, for sure. So we're obviously, you guys noticed we've been having a lot of guests on. So if you do want to come on the show, just look in the bios, DM us, and if you are fine, you gonna come on the show. If you look weird, you're not gonna come on the show. So just be honest. Look at your Instagram adv and be honest with yourself.
Be honest with yourself, man.
We are blessed to be here. Yes, I'm a conspiracy theorist, so no, I don't believe that was real. I think that was rigged. I think it was a real shot. But I do not. I think that was planned. I don't know whose side planned it, but there's no way that happened.
No, it's not much we can say
No.
on here.
Mm-mm.
But it was planned.
It's no way happened. No way happened. It literally makes no sense.
Listen.
It
It was
made
definitely
no
planned.
sense.
Look, that's why I love politics so much, because the two most powerful secret groups in the world going to war. Like, them niggas trading blows. So I want that. And they said, listen, the shooter, the police, there were snipers in the building the nigga was sitting in.
Yeah.
He was standing on top of the building.
People
There was
were
police
pointing at him
on
like,
the
hey, police. The police looked at him like, oh,
Bro,
damn,
police
dude
walked
there.
up there, looked at him.
Like, damn.
They just went and sat down, bro.
They were saying a nigga climbed the ladder and he turned the gun and he went back down. It's so funny. That is so funny. Like, I don't like what he be saying. My fault, G. Like,
I'll end the show with this. Being white is great.
Yeah,
Being
white,
white
yeah.
is great. Having a sniper on a roof at a president
Fam, they
rally
said he
and
was-
just lit.
They said he was there 2 hours earlier with the range
I used
spotter.
to always
in hand.
want to deny
He had the
that.
range spotter in hand walking around.
Can't deny it.
Like the shooting range, like distance. But yeah, I gotta get out here for all late. But
Yeah,
man,
he gotta get out of here. But thank you for joining us. We love you.
Yes.
You are amazing. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your weekend. We are the show about nothing. And pose for the thumbnail. All right. Be safe.
fuck y'all.
Time,